got a shiny nose or something, Hilda?
Eh?
Well, you keep looking at me.
Oh, do I? I didn't realise I was.
I feel fit this morning, Lynch. Just like I could put a gleam into the eye of some good woman, you know.
Well, don't look at me, love. I'm getting enough funny looks from Hilda.
She has been acting a bit queer, I've noticed.
She just keeps looking at me and asking me if I've lost something.
Have you?
No, not lately.
Cheeky. What's up? Is she going a bit doolally-like?
She's bound to be under a lot of strain living with Stan.
Ah, he keeps wanting to tie her up.
Oh, isn't that right?
Right, who's looking at you now, then?
I'd say, you're all right, Hilda, love. I mean, you're not sickening for out, like.
No, I'm all right, I'm fine.
Oh, glad to hear it. Seems all right.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not something you'd want folk to know about, is it?
What time did Mrs. Walker say she'd be back?
Sometime after dinner.
Oh, late as that.
That's the second time she's asked that this morning.
Oh, hey! I found a 2p.
Don't bother handing it into police station, Hilda. You can have that for your honesty.
Oh, thanks.
There's something funny going on with that woman around the lamppost.
Lamppost? Oh, no, Lynch. That's one thing you are not. Definitely not.
Down, Fred, or I'll chuck a bucket of water over you again.
There you are.
Yes, at the invitation of my boss.
I hear you two have had another Barney.
I don't mind drinking with him, especially if he's paying.
Oh, that's my girl. We'll make an Irishman out of you, yeah. Listen, I'm going to give us up a pint.
Yes, sir.
Pint of water, please, Bet.
Enjoying your stay in the far north, are you?
Ah, very pleasant.
You know, when I first saw you come through that door, I thought, he's come back for me.
Yes, but you never replied to my letters.
What letters? That's cruel, that is, raising a girl's hopes. I hope that's not what you're doing to Elsie.
Oh, Elsie knows the score.
Well, if she's still playing hard to get, you might just like to know I always keep a bag packed, just in case anybody throws stones at my bedroom window.
I'll remember that.
You off then, Hilda?
Yeah. Oh, will you tell Mrs. Walker I've left them bar towels in a bucket to Steve?
Will do.
And here. You haven't had anybody making, like, any enquiries this dinner, have you?
What sort of, like, any enquiries?
Well, you know, anybody asking about, somewhat what they was interested in.
Jack Wainwright keeps asking if anybody's seen his wife. Mind you, he's been doing that for years, ever since she went to Accrington for that afternoon.
No, I don't.
Evening, Hilda. Where are you off, then?
Oh, just bingo, that's all. I fancied a bit of a change, like.
Hey, we'll probably end up there. It's usually a good night on a Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. Is Mrs. Walker in?
Well, she is and she isn't. She's in, but she's not available. She reckons something's upset her stomach. Although our lovely piece of fresh egg, which is what she had for a dinner, can do that, I don't know. But I'll disturb her for you if you like, gladly.
No, it doesn't matter. It's just that, well, when I was cleaning up this morning, I found this ring, you see, just over there under the table. Well, I put it in my pocket and clean forgot about it, you know. I suppose somebody must have dropped it last night.
Yeah, let's have a look. Hey, it's not bad, that, is it?
No, that's what I thought. Well, that's why I brought it in, you see, because somebody will be very upset losing a valuable ring like that, I thought to myself.
Hey, let's have a look. Hey, it's mine, is this? Oh, come off it, Vera.
Honest, kiddie, what she'll tell you. Is this ring mine, daughter, isn't it?
Of course it is. You bought it that time in London, no, didn't you?
Yeah, that day's outing when we was at pickups.
And you met that fella with different coloured shoes on.
When he kept playing Annie Laurie, honest.
My God, don't you live it up, you two. Well, there you are, Hilda. You've cracked it in one.
Yeah.
Mind you, it's not as valuable as it looks, kid. Worse luck.
What did you give for it? A fiver?
Well, not much more.
Yeah, well, I'll get off then.
Hey, Vera, isn't there a reward, like a drink?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's all right. I'll be late if I don't go now.
That is not the Hilda I've come to know and love, turning down free booze.
Hey, when did she say she found it?
This morning.
Anyway.
Hey, well, that's funny, kid. I lost it last week.
Last week, are you sure?
Of course I am.
Well.
Why, what so?
Oh, nothing. Just something I've remembered about this morning. It's my belief, Vera, if that ring of yours could talk, it wouldn't half have a story to tell. Here's me living fella, as the gossip writers call it.
You don't let me get across step before you start, do you?
Well, you are, aren't you? I mean, we do live together, don't we? Can you deny that as a gospel fact?
We happen to share the same roof, that's all.
That's not all we share. We share the same table and all while Rena's at her mum's. Saves work if we eat together. That right, Alfie?
We do eat together occasionally, it saves time. Give us a pint, will you, Fred? Elsie gone yet, has she?
I've no idea. She's left my employ, that's all I know.
Well, let's Let's hope she knows what she's doing.
Of course she does. If anybody made me an interesting offer, I'd uproot my little self like a shot. Mind you, I am a good 20 years younger.
I think Ronald's to be admired, you know. Taking on responsibility like that.
You mean you wouldn't if you found a woman daft enough to take you on?
No chance, sunshine. I'm like Mike there. Dedicated bachelor.
Join the club, fella. There's a lot to be said for freedom.
Hey, come on. Not in front of a lad who's going to get wed in a couple of days, eh?
No, let him chunner. No, putting off.
I don't get it. He must mean it. And he's lived with me and his man for the past 20-odd years.
Well, I will, on account of the fact that I've got a lovely nature and he hasn't. Bon voyage and have a good trip. Unless it means same thing.
It does.
Thanks, love. Thanks, everybody.
And every success and happiness when you do get there.
Hey, Elsie, if you find you're missing me too much, send me a first-class rail ticket. I'll be there like a shot. Or better still, send his nibs in rolls.
Yeah, listen, Elsie, if you're ready.
Yeah, well, goodbye, everybody.
Hey, Misery, aren't you going to wave her goodbye? She's given you long and hard service, you owe her that.
You make her sound like a flaming cart horse, you.
She did a fair day's work for a fair day's pay. We don't owe each other anything.
Pig. God. You look like I feel. Room service?
You must be joking.
Why? What does a girl have to do to get a cup of tea in this place?
Make it yourself. Would you like a cup of tea, love?
No, thank you, no. No, Alf, I just called round to see how you were surviving while Rena's away.
Oh, I'm surviving all right, eh? I was a bachelor for long enough, you know.
Ah, I know that. But it never fails to amaze me how, after only a few weeks of marriage, a man becomes completely helpless. Without a woman to look after him, he is lost. Now, look what happened when Rita went away with Bet.
Did I hear my name mentioned?
Hello, dear. Just called round to see that Alf was getting on all right.
Oh, don't worry, Mrs. Walker. I'm keeping an eye on Alf, aren't I, Chuck? It's like you were saying yourself, Mrs. Walker. When a man's been married, there are certain comforts he gets used to. Can't do without, in fact.
Is it something you wanted from the shop, Bet?
Do you know, I forgot what it was I came down for. I'll tell you what, I'll go back up, have a think, and come back later. See you down at Caesar's Palace, Mrs. Walker.
She's a laugh a minute, is Bet, isn't she?
Yes. Remarkable personality, that girl. Quite remarkable.
You're not your usual chirpy self today, Albert.
That's supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Well, it weren't. And I didn't know you were employed to make jokes at the expense of your customers.
Oh, but I am. You know, like they used to have court jesters? Well, you'd remember them, wouldn't you? Anyway, I'm Newton and Ridley version. Hello there.
Bet.
Miss me, have you? I'll be back as soon as I can.
You know, I reckon he deserves a medal, stopping on his own in that shop with you.
Go on, you're only jealous.
What's up with you? Oh, no, only more of what you just seen.
What?
That, all that performance with Bet.
Ah, she's only joking. Isn't she?
Look, it's no joke when she's at it morning, noon and night.
Night as well.
Oh, give over, Len. Listen, Annie Walker came round this morning. She got all the same thing, smiles, innuendo, all that. You're not telling me that Renee's not going to get wind of it when she gets back?
She knows what Bet's like.
Yeah, but she's going to wonder. She's bound to wonder at the back of her mind. Look at her now.
Hey, why don't you play along with her?
You what, I want to stop her, not encourage her.
Now, shut up, mate. I'm just telling you how to if you listen. Next time she gets a bit fruity, take her up on it.
And then what?
Well, she'll disappear like a cloud of dust, won't she? I mean, if she thought that you really fancied her, I mean, she'd be off like a shot, wouldn't she?
Thank you very much.
She'd probably go away for the week until Renee gets back.
Good idea. Hey, you think she would?
I'm willing to take a bet on it, mate.
I mean, look at her now.
Well, go on, give her some bet on medicine.
All right, I will.
Start with a nice big beaming smile, don't you?
You give me fever Wave your kisses, fever when you hold me tight. Fever!
It's only me.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't do that, Alf.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I make you jump?
Jump? My little heart's going 10 to a dozen.
Only I thought I'd wait up for you.
Well, that's very nice of you, Chuck, but I'm over 21, just.
I thought you might like a nightcap.
Oh, that's nice of you, Alf, but another time, eh? Only when you're working in a pub all night, you sort of absorb booze through your pores.
I've made some sandwiches.
You don't mind if I give it a miss, do you? I've got a headache.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind, I'll see you in the morning one time.
Of course you will.
Yes, I'll bring your breakfast up. In bed.
Oh. Well, I thought I might have this lie in, get some much-needed beauty sleep.
Oh,
you know.
you don't need beauty sleep, love. Not you.
Oh, well, maybe you must. Night.
Good night. Sweet dreams.
Who is it?
It's me. I mean, it could hardly be anybody else, could it? There's nobody else here.
Yeah.
Just the two of us.
I know Alf, love.
There's no Renee. Nobody.
Don't keep saying that, Alf.
Why not?
I'm waiting for my tea, aren't I?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've made you a cup.
And it's just what the doctor ordered. Bayek, you're a smasher.
Could be.
Yeah, Alf, yeah.
Do you want your tea?
Put it on the side, will you, Alf? There's a good lad.
Well, it'll get cold. I thought you were waiting for it.
I am. Great.
Well, nay. Hadn't you better sit up? You're going to spill it.
Yeah. I will, won't I? Open curtains, will you, Alf? Let's see how world outside's doing. Oh, that's better.
Aye, it is. I can see you now.
Bayek, that's no bonus. Better look a right mess.
Not to me, you don't. I'm not what you said, you know.
What did I say?
You said you're a good lad, Alf. But I'm not. I mean, folk round here think I am. But I'm not really.
Of course you are. It's lovely.
You don't know me, dear.
Of course I do.
No, not properly. Not inside.
Oh, no, not inside. We're mates, aren't we, Alfie? Mates?
You knock on the floor if you want another cup of tea. Or anything.
Hello, Alf. I thought you'd been shop.
No, I'm here.
Yeah. I just get my bag.
What would you say to a nice, quiet cup of coffee?
Phew. I'd love one, Alf, but I'd better be off. You know what Annie Walker's like. She won't like to think of me sitting here having a cup of coffee with you when...
What the eye doesn't see, the heart doesn't grieve over.
No, that's very true. When did you say Renee were coming back?
Well, I didn't, as a matter of fact, because I don't rightly know. But don't worry about it. I mean, she always rings up before she arrives. She'll not just burst in and catch us at anything.
There's now to catch us at, is there? Well, I better be off.
Are you sure you don't want that cup of coffee?
Absolutely positive. God, look at time.
It's not easy letting you go, you know.
Now, Alf. Fred, have you noticed how funny about Alf Roberts lately?
Not since he had his head banged. They were a bit funny then.
Well, I reckon he's still funny. And I'm living with him, in a manner of speaking.
You mean,
Yeah, I mean.
get away? Has he tried it on?
Well, not exactly, no, but he's getting a bit fruity. There's been a lot of heavy hinting and heavy breathing.
It's maybe just your imagination. Well, you know what I mean. If you haven't scored yourself lately, it's maybe just a bit of wishful thinking.
You cheeky devil. Forget I am.
You know the answer, don't you?
Eh? Oh, stop it, Fred.
Chloroform. Get some chloroform, slip it on Hanky. If he gets over the top, shove it in his kisser.
It's not that bad.
It might be, though. If he gets a dual alley altogether, it could get worse.
Fred, got a minute?
Well, if you ask me, I think it looks dead classy.
Yes, though I say it myself, it's not too bad. In fact, rather splendid for,
For a what, Mrs. Walker?
Well, it's hardly going to be a society wedding, is it?
How many society weddings have we had at Rovers?
The point I am trying to make, Bet, is that I have done my best to make the occasion special, and one can do no more.
One can't, Mrs. Walker. It's up to the riffraff now.
Hello, Mrs. Walker. Where do you want these?
Where do you think, Fred? Go on, have a stab.
Well, one for each place setting.
Got it in one.
Don't be so flaming sarky.
What are you thinking, Mrs. Walker? About your own wedding day?
Yes, Bet. Do you know, it was the one day in the whole of my life that I didn't feel on the defensive, threatened. In fact, I was just happy. And every time I looked at Jack, he was looking at me. Every time.
My God, she sounds like a piano falling down a fire escape, don't she? Morning, Hilda.
Morning. Now then, Mrs. Walker, where do you want me to start this morning? Just say the word. Mrs. Walker?
Start anywhere, Mrs. Ogden, except in here, because I have done everything in here myself, personally, and if you disturb so much as a molecule of air, I shall dismiss you. Industrial tribunal or no industrial tribunal?
As if I would. Ah, doesn't it all look nice?
Where did you have your wedding reception, Hilda?
A pub nearly next door to the church. Stan were only away from the bar about 20 minutes. Handle of his pine pot was still warm when he got back.
Bye, heck, Hilda. You've lived life to dregs.
Pooh, you can say that again.
Hiya. Hello. Morning, Hilda, love. Have you found any big dog ends this morning? Still, your Stan's not fussy about size, is he? So long as it's a smoke.
Oh, I'll soon wipe that smile off your face, lady.
Why, what's up?
Her ladyship. She's got this bug what's going about, she says, so she's stopping in bed. Now, that means one of you two's going to have to play Florence Nightingale, doesn't it? Because she won't let me near her.
Betty?
Oh, why does it always have to be me?
Because you look right in a sick room, love. Kind, homely, lovely disposition. Besides, you cheer folk up.
What do you look right in? A circus.
I heard that, Hilda. And anyway, you've not got much choice, have you? Because it's you she'll be asking
Elizabeth?
for.
Is that you, Elizabeth? Could you come up, dear? I'm not feeling very well.
Could you turn your back on that? I mean, could you? Is it in your nature, Elizabeth?
I'll tell you something. I'm not going to be running up and down those stairs all day long. That's not what I'm paid for, you know. I mean, if she wants looking after, she must get that daughter of hers to come here.
Where has all the compassion gone, Hilda, for a fellow creature in distress?
Oh, I'll tell you where my compassion for my fellow creatures went. Drained out of me by a lifetime of being used and abused by 'em and not being able to do out about it. Well, not much, Annie Rod.
Ah, but you have had your moments, haven't you, Hilda?
Can't think of many.
Well, what about this rave-up you had in France?
Rave up? What rave up?
It's all over the town hall. According to Alf, they've not seen out like it in Charleville since the Gordon Islanders got drunk there one night during the First World War. I'd close your mouth if I were you, Hilda. Especially if you go out into the street. There's a double-decker bus out there.
No, but you have. Hello.
Thanks, love. Not a bad day, is it, for the time of the year?
You mean if you wear a woolly vest and don't stop out in it for longer than 5 minutes at a time, you might just survive, yeah?
Something like that, yeah.
It's that bit of place I fetch for us in the fridge. That's if she feels strong enough to eat it.
Well, we'll liquidise it and give her a straw.
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, hey, I'd be very glad if you didn't mention anything about this Charleville business to Stan.
What exactly went on there, Hilda?
Nothing went on. Well, if it did, we wasn't involved. None of us from over there.
An orgy of some kind, were it? I mean, you weren't roaming the street in a gang, trapping young Frenchmen.
Were we, heck? Just what's Alf Roberts been saying?
It's not Alf. It's all official. It's in this letter, I tell you.
Yeah, well, we weren't involved, and I don't want it suggesting that we were. Especially to Stan, because he gets very jealous.
Stan? Jealous? I've heard he's tried to put you up for sale more than once.
He loves me, does that man? Oh, I know it may seem hard to believe sometimes. Well, most of the time, but it's true.
Hello. Sorry.
Could I have a word with you, please, love?
Yeah, sure. Nothing wrong with a beer, is there?
Oh, no, it's a very good pint, as a matter of fact. And I'm something of a connoisseur.
The way you pull 'em's got a lot to do with it.
I'm sure it has in your case.
Flatterer.
My name's Les Carter.
Les Carter. Sounds familiar. Should I know you?
Well, you would if you read the Gazette. Still, somebody who looks like you won't have all that much time for reading, will you, eh?
Now you're overdoing it, Les Carter. Oh, yeah, you're a reporter with the Gazette, aren't you? I've seen your name. You've never come to interview me, have you? Confessions of a barmaid. Sell more papers than a crossword puzzle does.
Yeah, no doubt about it would, no. No, it's something and nothing, really. You know that firm across the road?
Baldwin's?
Yeah. Now, some of their workers went on a trip to Charleville, didn't they? The twin town in France.
I believe they did, yeah.
Do any of them come in here?
One or two, yeah.
Have they said anything since they've been back, you know, about the trip?
Phew, they've been full of it, Chuck. Well, naturally. I mean, it's not every day of the week somebody round here pops off to France. In fact, they don't pop off anywhere, except cemetery.
Well, look, have they mentioned any particular incident?
Such a?
Well, we've heard a whisper. Something went on whilst they were over there. Something a bit savoury, you know. It's probably not true, but it's a quiet day. Not a horror crash or hooded rapist in sight. So we thought we'd better check it out. Or my news editor did. I'd have been happy sitting at my desk staring at the route calendar on the wall. Miss February's ravishing this year.
Something savoury, eh?
Or unsavoury, if you like.
I'm sorry, Chuck. No, I can't help you. I've not heard anything of that nature, and, well, anyway.
Yeah?
Well, I doubt if any of them girls would be involved in anything savoury or unsavoury, for that matter. They're not like that. They're all happily married. You can ask their husbands, if you like. There's a couple of them over there.
Happily married they may be, love. But isn't it the Bible that says never give a wicked woman the liberty to gad abroad?
Hello, love.
Hello,
Can I get you one?
No, thanks, love.
I'd go further. I wouldn't even give a good woman the liberty to gad abroad.
That right?
Hey, Bet, who was that fella? Because he seemed to be watching us a bit. Didn't you think that, Stan?
I wasn't paying attention.
He were watching you, as a matter of fact.
Eh? Why?
Part of his job, watching folk.
His job?
He's a reporter, you see. He reckons he's sniffing out some kind of scandal.
Round here?
In this street, actually, Stan.
Hey, well, did he say where it were, like this scandal?
Not exactly. You know what they're like, these reporters? They like to keep the stories very close to the chest. Until they print them in letters 9 feet high.
What paper's he with?
I think he said the News of the World.
The News of the World? Hey, it must be juicy.
Yeah.
And that's another lie put around by folk who don't like me. When it comes to gossiping in this street, I'm right at the back of the queue. So just think on. Any more of it, and I go straight to my solicitor.
Bye-bye, Hilda, Lord.
Hey, you haven't half got me in trouble. I told you about this Charleville business in strict confidence.
Now, come off it, Alf. How many others have you told? You've got a bigger mouth than Hilda Ogden, you. Anyway, there's naught better you like than a bit of scandal. Them little eyes light up and I can see that dimple in your chin.
Rubbish.
Anyway, Gazette's got hold of it now.
They'd never.
You didn't tip 'em off, did you?
No, I didn't.
I wouldn't put it past you. Afternoon, Mrs. Sharples.
Good afternoon. What's your ham like?
It's very nice, love. Quite lean.
Oh, right. Well, I'll take a slice. Right. Cut thick. If there's anything worse than lean ham, it's a lean chop.
You treating yourself, Mrs. Sharples?
No, I'm treating Elsie Tanner. Her cupboard shelves are that bare, I'll swear she lives on fags and coffee.
Have you moved in with her then, have you?
Under protest.
I think you'll be very happy together, Mrs. Sharples, you and Elsie.
Well, there's one thing. At least she did offer me a roof over my head, and that's more than anybody else did.
How's that, Mrs. Sharples?
Oh, that's very nice. I'll take it. How much?
55p.
Do you think of numbers these days?
We have to make a living, love.
Well, my husband used to say he couldn't understand why people had to make a profit out of food, and neither can I. There'd be fewer famines if food were free, and that's a fact. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Do you know, I think she sits at home thinking what waspish little sayings to bash me over the head with.
I wonder.
What?
Well, if she did settle in at Elsie's, she'd make a nice little pal for Elsie, wouldn't she? They could swap crochet patterns and make each other cocoa at bedtime.
Oh, do you know, you're evil, you are.
Stops you getting morbid, Al.
I wonder if a drop of brandy might help Elizabeth to ease this raw feeling on my chest. Do you know, this morning she thought thin gruel might do it. This afternoon it were a boiled onion.
I think you've been marvellous with her, Betty. Have you ever thought of being a nurse? Because I think you've got the vocation.
No, I haven't, and I'm not one now.
Well, I know who I'll send for if ever I have to take to my bed.
You can send for me. But I think the undertakers will be there before me.
Uh-huh. Good evening.
How are you? Could I have half a bitter, please, and...
I'll have a lager, love. A lager? I'd heard you developed a taste for vino.
Well, you heard wrong. I don't much like wine.
Must have been somebody else.
Yes, it must have.
Hello, hello. Have you been coming in here on your own, my sweet, for a secret tipple, have you?
Have I heckers like? Look, Bert, I'll get these. You go and sit down, love.
Why, heck, things are looking up, aren't they?
Bert?
Yes, love?
No more cracks like that. I know what you're talking about.
I've not got the foggiest idea what you're on about, Ivy, love.
Oh, and I'm a cobbler's last. That's right, isn't it?
To the last P.
Think on it. Oh, hello, Elsie. How's your new job going on?
Oh, it could be a lot worse.
Do you know, I didn't expect to see you two in here tonight. I thought they'll be having a nice, quiet night in front at telly. Either that or a good knit.
A gin and tonic and a milk stout, please.
Aren't you going through to Snug?
No, I am not going through to the Snug.
Just asking.
There's more room in there, you know.
We are not going in the Snug, Mrs. Sharples. We had this out before we came out.
You could sit on Martha's chair.
Mrs.
Hey, do you know him?
Why?
Well, he's from the News of the World. He's a reporter.
He's not. He's from Gazette.
Ah, how do you know that, then?
I just do, Bert. What's up with you?
Hi. Sorry. Right out of bones.
Pardon?
Well, you're a news hound, aren't you?
Yeah, well, not much of a one.
No luck.
No. I've just had a very interesting interview with a Mrs. Ogden. She wouldn't even let me get past the door. And every time I tried to explain who I was, she kept shouting through the letterbox, I don't want any brushheads today, thank you.
Ah, well, she's got this thing about brushheads, has Hilda, on account of the fact that her husband looks like one. Have you given up, then?
This end.
This end?
Yeah, well, I'll ring Charleville tomorrow morning, see if they can come up with anything.
You don't give up, do you?
Oh, I would. But it's my news editor, he wouldn't.
Be with you in a minute.
Hey, that reporter keeps looking at us.
What's the heckers like? You're imagining things, Bert.
Oh, that kludge is a disgrace. It wants repainting. Do you know, there's graphite on them walls that'd make a copper blush. And that's only the ladies.
Don't tell me, love. Tell the boss.
I keep telling her, but she won't go in to see. Talk about hiding your head in the sand.
In there's reality, Hilda. Out here, if she keeps one eye closed, she can more or less kid herself. It's half civilised.
Yeah, well, she's going in there when she comes back from their journeys. I mean, I'm just as pure in mind and body as what she is, and if I have to see it, so can she.
Hey, that's funny.
Well, it's just something somebody must have wrote in there last night.
That's what I don't want to know.
No, it's clean. What do you give an undernourished gnome?
I don't know what do you?
Elf raisin flour.
Sniffing and giggling then, like you've both been reading a dirty book behind courts in cloakroom or something. Have you been at gin bottle or what?
No, Hilda's been telling a joke. Hey, something even funnier. Joni's gone down with mumps. So Mrs. Walker's had to dash over there, carrying with her a box full of paper hankies, an inhaler and a handbag full of vitamins.
Serves her right. You know, I knew today were going to be something special when I woke up and my eyes weren't watering.
Oh, it'll be just the same as any other day for me.
Oh, I don't know, Hilda.
Why?
Wait and see. I mean, I could be wrong, so I don't want to upset you for nothing.
Hey, what's she mean by that?
Search me. Unless...
What?
Well, that reporter was in here again last night, you know. I mean, it might be something to do with him.
What's your poison, love? Ask me husband if he's paying.
No, I'm not, because Stan and me are having a game of darts. Come on, son.
Oh, it's 5 bottles and 5 steak kidney pies.
Right.
Hey, I'll have to go and sit down because I don't feel a bit well. Do you know, I can always tell when I'm sitting in for summer. My head feels right, everything, innit?
Well, you've always had a big head and a skinny neck.
Oh, thank you very much.
No, you can all go and sit down. I'll get these in. Hey, but I'm not paying for the pies.
Everything all right, love?
Yeah, why shouldn't it be?
Well, you never know, do you? I had this mate once, went out to buy a new hat and got run over by a rat catcher riding a town.
Ha.
It's true as I'm standing here. Nothing fresh about Charleville.
No, there isn't.
Just asking.
There you are, lovey. I'll bring your pies over. They add up.
Sorry to disappoint you, Bet.
Oh, I'm not disappointed either, love. The day's young. Hey, don't look now, but trouble's just walked in.
What's he sniffing round here again for?
Do you know them reporters? They're like vultures, aren't they?
Yeah. Thanks, love. What else do they call you besides Precious?
Sexy, beautiful.
Yeah, it was a silly question, wasn't it?
It was. Well,
Read tonight's paper.
you found out what went on.
Front page.
Is it fairly juicy?
It's not bad. I just need some quotes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, can you identify any of these women for me here?
Well, it's a bit difficult. I mean, you can't see the faces. Betty?
Yes, lovely.
Do you recognise any of these women here?
Oh, no. No, sorry.
Oh, well, not to worry. I'll have a word with them and I'll recharge me batteries.
Best of luck, love. Betty, what do you think?
I'm not sure, but...
The one wearing the policeman's hat could just be Ivy?
Yeah, but it's not clear to be definite, is it?
I said it was going to be an interesting day, didn't I?
Hi, fellas.
Hello there,
wants
mate.
to be Betty and whatever the lads want.
That's very kind of you. No, not for me, thanks, Mike. I'm already getting dark looks from Ivy. I'm supposed to be putting a cupboard up in the kitchen.
I wouldn't go yet if I were you, Bertram.
Why, love?
Well, I think your Ivy's going to need you here more than in the kitchen.
Hey, I didn't see him come in.
Another drink?
He's from News of the World, isn't he? He is from the Gazette, Stanley. But she said...
Ah, she's pulling your leg.
Sorry to bother you, especially when you're eating, but I've got an edition to catch.
What do you want? We've told you we know now.
And we don't.
Well, somebody does. Somebody definitely does.
Well, it's not us.
Well, this is the situation, according to my contact in Charleville. The unfortunate behaviour referred in the letter to the mayor was, to put it briefly, a rave-up with some local fellas. Dancing in the street, all that. And a jape with a local copper. Well, with his hat, anyway.
There was no rave-up, I'm telling you, and I'm sick of you coming here asking questions.
I am and all.
Well, I'm only doing my job, love, and it's only a bit of a laugh. I mean, no bones have been broken, have they, eh?
Well, it's not very funny.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, there's nothing going on, Bert. You go out to your fight, love.
Nothing going on, and you screaming the odds in the middle of a pub and everybody listening. Nothing going on, just hold it. Look, what are you after with my wife?
You are?
That's right, I'm her husband.
Forget it, Bert.
Look, I'm just trying to check a story, that's all.
What, concerning her?
Well, that's what I'm trying to check.
What story?
Bert.
I said, what story?
Some shenanigans in France. Somebody's complained about us.
Were there any?
Well, yes, but we weren't involved.
No, we won't away.
Right, well, you heard the lady. She can't help you, and I'd be obliged if you just leave her alone, you know what I mean?
Suit yourself. But don't forget, I did give you the chance to give your side of it, didn't I? Sorry to have bothered you. Cheers.
Oh, that's that. Thanks, love.
Yeah, thanks, Bert. If A, you didn't half fit him up.
Let's hope that's last we hear of that.
Sorry, love. No chance.
Why?
He's printing a story tonight. Charleville's version. I'll bet them placards are up already. French frolics. Twin Town complains about visitors' behaviour. Well, it certainly made headlines. No photo, though.
If I'd have been with that lot, I wouldn't dare show my face for a month.
I don't know. I think I'd have enjoyed the notoriety. Might send me stock up a bit. It's been flagging lately.
It's been flagging for a long time, love it.
Now then, Betty. Good evening. This is Mr. Ogden and his internationally famous wife. Gazette today, William Hickey tomorrow. What's it like being a celebrity, Hilda?
Look, there's no names in there, Bet Lynch, so no pack drill.
Ah, yes, but you were one of them three, weren't you, Hilda?
Did they all look like Charles Aznavour, you know, them Frenchmen that you picked up? Cuddly, but very dangerous. Hey, I've just realised, why haven't you got a black eye, Hilda? Why haven't you given her a black eye, Stanley?
I don't think she was one of them. Have you seen the women over there? Frenchmen don't need imports. Be like selling nutty slack to Newcastle. Get the pint.
Oh, that were very cruel with that, Hilda. Very cruel.
Do you know, I was scared stiff what he might say if it come out. I thought he might be real upset with his wife practically being called a scarlet woman. Didn't dawn on me he'd never even believe it. I wouldn't care, but the bloke I got could hardly speak a word of English. And what little bit he could were all about his wife. Give us a pint and a light bottle, please.
Excuse me, Mrs. Walker, is it right?
Pardon? Oh, sorry, dear. I was in Babacoon.
Oh, I'll leave you to it then.
No, look, purely fantasy. What was you going to say?
Well, is it right? Deirdre's gone off to her mother's.
I understand, sir. It's very sad, of course, but it would never have worked.
No way, I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did.
Ah, no, I wouldn't say that. Poor Deirdre must be, well, desperate isn't too strong a word. After all, she is running a one-parent family. As for Kenneth, how can I describe him? A misguided romantic. Intellectuals often are. Hence Babacoon.
Hello.
Penny for them.
You clod. Have you no soul, intruding between a woman and her dreams?
Hey?
God, will they never understand. Do you want a drink or not? Your mouth's open.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, boss, how was the homestead? Did it pass muster?
Oh, yeah, it was fine. Give him a pint, love.
Oh, tar. Hey, I could make a living at this house cleaning lark, you know. I should put an advert in the Gazette. All pay lad offers services.
Thank you, mate.
Well, why should them fellas have all the fun with them dolly Swedish birds? I mean, what about all the frustrated housewives? Get me and a nice tight pair of jeans, eh? What do you reckon?
Well, you figure they'd have to be tight, love, wouldn't they?
Have you got something against me, personally?
Good heavens, no, love. I treat every fella the same, with contempt.
I can vouch for that, can't I, darling?
Should do, Cock. You started it. Weren't you getting somebody to help out?
Oh, we have, but I don't like her one little bit.
Well, what did you take her on for, then?
I didn't. Mr. Fairclough engaged her right over my head, so to speak. Oh, she's right bossy. I think she'll be worse than Rita. And she doesn't seem to have any sense of humour. Well, at least nobody could say that about Rita.
By they couldn't. Not living with your boss as long as she did. No, I mustn't say that about Len. There's a lot worse than Len.
I'm beginning to feel terribly sorry for him. He doesn't seem to know what he's doing.
I couldn't agree with you more. Who are we talking about?
We're just pulling the odd pal to pieces. You know how it is. G&T kid.
Yeah, why not? Wish I could pull my lot to pieces. I wouldn't stick them together again.
Which lot's that, then?
Who? Makeley until at the Cafe Royal. Trouble is, they're all built like size of houses. They've got muscles out to here, appetites like horses, hands rubbing all over the place, and the things they come out with even make me blush.
How's the new job going, then?
Oh, rather splendid. All I can eat, plenty of tips, nice people, and a boss who appreciates me. What more could I ask?
Couldn't happen to a nicer woman. Usual, please, Fred.
Do you really like the job, then?
That's just Elsie's way of saying it's better than now, Chuck.
My, we do look smart, Mr. Gordon.
Thank you, Mrs. Bolton.
Praise from me is praise indeed. Everything all right, Ben?
Yes, fine, thanks, Mrs. Walker.
Good.
See, that's how to be a boss. You can't beat that. By the left, what's going on tonight? It's not come dancing, is it?
Only on the town. I'm a free man. Let the world be lucky.
I hope he's not expecting too much.
Well, we've had some, haven't we, kid?
We have.
We certainly have.
Thank you very much. Start.
Hey, you're not going yet, are you?
Yes, I am going, and by the look of you, I think you've gone.
No, come on. Just have one for the road.
No, thanks, love. I'm going home to bed, and so should you. Night-night.
Right, what's he gonna be, then?
How about a nice cup of cocoa? Didn't get out at the Legion, then. See, Big Ginger was in. Should have just done you.
Shut it, Fred. You're not even funny. What do you want, Len?
How about you coming to my place, eh? We'll crack a bottle, shall we? There's a good horror movie on the telly.
They frighten me.
I'll be there.
That makes it worse. I'm not Rita, Len. I never will be.
Just want a bit of company, that's all. I might even hold your hand. If it's a scotch.
Hello, Len. Last orders, please. Did you enjoy your evening out?
Not a lot.
Not much fun on your own, is it? I know. I shall be making a nice warm drink as soon as we're closed. Now, you're very welcome to join me if you'd like to.
No, thank you, love, no. I've got a very heavy day on tomorrow, you know. Thanks for the offer.
Anytime.
That's just 91, please, thanks. Have you got the one? I can give you 10. Thanks, love. So, bye.
Is it raining out?
I don't know, I'm been through door.
I can't find my umbrella. I must have left it somewhere.
Well, you want to go down the street?
Well, I don't want to get my hair wet, do I? It's not like standing in a shop, you know, being a bar hostess. We're expected to look as though we've been got up for a ball.
So what happened this morning?
You cheeky cow. Give us a packet of fags, love, while I remember.
Yeah?
Ta. Chalk it up on my slate, will you?
All right.
Ta-ra, love.
Ta-ra. Alf?
Yes, love?
Can I come here a minute?
What's to do?
Do you know how much Bet owes us for fags? It's over 20 quid.
Well, what do you let her run a bill like that up for?
Me? What about you?
Well, I didn't know.
Liar.
I didn't. 20 quid? You're too soft with her.
Hang on. You've given her more tick than I have. Most of this date's back, you know, from when I were away. Something funny went on then, if you ask me.
I thought we'd settled all that. I thought we'd had it all out.
You might think we did.
Look, all you have to do, make a bill out. When she comes back, give it to her.
Why me give her bill? Why don't you make out bill?
Hey, it's you that's bothered about 20 quid, isn't it?
You've given her more tick than me. You give her the bill.
You know whose name's over that door, don't you? Yours, not mine. You give her the bill.
Oh, they're not bad lads, you know. Even if they are always hungry and cheeky with it. Especially the HGVs.
HGVs? What on earth are they?
Heavy goods vehicles. They've got a lingo all their own, them lads.
Really? Excuse me, would you?
I like cheeky fellas, Min. I've no patience with the shy ones anymore. They're in time, isn't they?
No, you could say that again. Do you know one of them offered to take me all the way to Edinburgh, give me a good night out on the town, bring me back, and all I did was serve him with triple egg and chips.
Any more like him, send them round here. I keep an overnight bag packed permanently. Oh, talking of heavy goods vehicles.
Give us a pint, love. What about you, darling?
Well, I could do permanent damage to another one of them, but I'm sorry I can't. I haven't got time. I've got to get back to work. Thank you.
Oh, Bet, love, Alf would like a word. Wouldn't you, love?
Hey? Oh, yes, we've been looking at your cigarette account, you see, and, well, not just yours, like, and, well, anyway, it's beginning to mount up, you know, and I thought we'd better mention it before it gets, like, out of proportion.
Sure, how much is it?
Well, it's over 20 quid.
It's 21.40 to be exact.
Yeah, what? It can't be.
Have a look at book.
Nay, I'm not doubting boot, love. But you'd no business letting it get that high. I had no idea.
Oh, now, be fair. I mean, you just take them, don't you? Say, put it in book, and then it's gone.
All up in smoke. Well, I'll tell you what, Alf. I'll give you a £5 on account when I get back from work. I need another packet now. Just chalk it up on my slate, will you, while you've got that book out. Ta-da, lovers.
Pint of wallet, please.
Certainly. I'm not wrong, am I?
It's nice to be remembered.
Don't you remember? It's Rita's uncle he gave her away at wedding.
Yeah, I thought the face was familiar.
Sam Littlewood. Will you have one with me?
Not just now, thank you very much.
Hey, I'll have a gin and tonic for old time's sake. Didn't we have some fun that night? Do you remember?
Never forget it.
You live Blackburn way, don't you?
No, Blackpool now. Just retired, you know.
Come to see Rita, have you?
No, to see Len, actually, on a bit of business. I've just been round to the house, but there's nobody there. I thought he might be in here.
Haven't seen him tonight. Have you seen Rita recently?
We don't keep in touch as much as we should.
Hasn't been in here for quite a while. I think it must be over a month, don't you, Bet?
Oh, easy, that.
That right?
Rather strange, really, isn't it?
Well, I'll have a couple here, and then I'll go round again and see if he's come back.
He might pop in yet. Cheers, Sam.
Cheers, love.
It's not a social call. All the way from Blackpool.
I suppose Rita sent him.
Well, he didn't say so. I can tell when a man's hiding something.
Oh, he looks happy enough to me.